President Tinubu hosts town hall meeting on peace and security in Benue State, focusing on farmer-herder cooperation for sustainable solutions. New federal institutions to boost education and healthcare in Southeast as President Tinubu signs key education bills into law. And federal government kicks off mobility CNG supply initiative to promote use of compressed natural gas in the transportation sector. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24, broadcasting live from Abuja. I am Chinenye Ngoyi. President Bola Tinubu has held a town hall meeting with stakeholders in Makurdi, Benue State, to address the recent hostilities and killings in the region. The meeting is aimed at finding lasting solutions to the crisis that has claimed many lives and caused destruction of property. The outcome reflects on enhancing security measures, including intelligence gathering and community engagement, as well as mobilizing special funds for the displaced people to restore their livelihood. The community leaders, traditional rulers, and youths in the meeting also promised President Bola Tinubu of working together with security agencies to address the crisis. The president encouraged dialogue and cooperation among different groups to foster peace and unity.
We cannot do without one another. Whatever we need to do, I will want us to create this leadership committee now and then we meet in Abuja to really fashion out the nucleus of a lasting peace. And I'm ready to invest in that peace. And among the traditional rulers, Totif and Ochidoma and others, to be included in this peace committee. Police, I hope you may on alert to listen to information. How come no arrest has been made? I expect there should be arrests of those criminals.
The service chiefs and different security formations have come, and we are hopeful that this visit will bring the lasting peace the people of Benue State have long yearned for.
The federal government is set to sign more than 30 memoranda of understanding as Nigeria prepares to host the second session of the Nigeria-Brazil Strategic Dialogue Mechanism, scheduled to begin Monday, June 23, 2025. Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hassan Hadejia, disclosed this during a press conference at the presidential villa on the planned visit of the Vice President of Brazil, Geraldo Alckmin, to Nigeria. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila brought in this report, but we'll bring you the details in our subsequent bulletin. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for signing into law the bills for the establishment of the Federal College of Education, Bende, Abia State, Federal University of Medical and Health Sciences, ITEM, Bende, Abia State, and the Federal University, Okigwe, Imo State. Senator Akpabio also extolled the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, who sponsored two of the bills, and other stakeholders in the Senate, including the Deputy Whip, Senator Onyeka Chinwebonyi, Deputy Minority Whip, Senator Osita Ngwu, and main sponsor of one of the bills, Senator Patrick Ndubueze, for their exceptional leadership, effective representation, and their commitment to the well-being of their people. In a statement, he praised stakeholders in both the House of Representatives and the Senate for their steadfastness and support for the renewed hope agenda of the President Tinubu administration. The three institutions aim to provide quality education, research opportunities, and cater for the educational needs of the Southeast region and healthcare delivery to advance knowledge and improve health outcome in the region. Senator Akpabio said that the establishment of the institutions would mark a significant milestone in promoting education and development in the Southeast region. On NTA's program, Good Morning Nigeria, experts are urging a national shift in mindset, calling on Nigerians to prioritize skills over degrees. They argued that the traditional divide between vocational training and academic education is outdated and limiting, and that true development will only come when skills are valued as equally as formal qualifications. Ekemini Williams monitored the discussion.
Once a strong pillar of Nigeria's education sector, technical and vocational education and training is now being repositioned to meet the demands of changing economy. Historically vibrant during the colonial and early post-independence years, TVET suffered a sharp decline from the 1980s, leading to the collapse of many technical colleges and a shrinking pool of skilled artisans. Now, a new national policy aims to turn that tide. To attract young Nigerians, the initiative includes monthly stipends of 45,000 naira for TVET trainees.
We cannot continue to import labor from Asia while we have young Nigerians ready to work without, given the opportunities. The Dangote refinery, I have always said it, 11,000 Indians were brought. Even the railway lines we are delivering now, we are bringing imported Chinese labor. Go to Port Harcourt, go to Wari, the oil and gas hubs. If you go there, a lot of this underwater welding is being carried out by Indonesians and Filipinos. Why should that continue? So there is need for greater investment so that the capital flight associated with importation of this skilled labor will stop. Because those who finish TVET don't need to start going looking for jobs. They already have the skills. They only need small support, financial support, and they can set up. They can employ others. And with this new initiative, we are very confident that change is coming.
We have 38 technical colleges that have been upgraded, and they have new facilities and new infrastructure.
The renewed focus on vocational training includes key areas like electrical installations, solar PV installation, and meter installation.
Very soon, we are going to the website, to, really come up, with the eligibility conditions for youth, to really come into this. And we're training 4,000 youths in Nigeria.
Experts on the program emphasized the critical gap in Nigeria's electrical sector, citing poor workmanship and lack of regulation as major challenges. They stressed the need for strict enforcement of standards to ensure safety, efficiency, and professionalism in the field.
Moment in Abuja and even across the whole country, 90% of the installations are unprofessional. That's why this training is very important. That's why those in the industry should come for RPL, recognition of prior learning. Let us assess them. Let us see the gaps they have, and then let them make up those gaps and acquire an NSQ. We would like government to enforce licensing before you practice.
Professor Bugaje outlined the broader vision, which is to position Nigeria as a training powerhouse for the West African power sector, powered by state-of-the-art equipment, modern secular and industry-focused instruction. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Energy consultant Dandi Kule has hailed the Dangote refinery as a catalytic project that will enhance efficiency and stability in fuel supply for industries like telecom, manufacturing and construction. He says with access to high-quality fuel, these sectors are expected to see increased productivity and lower operational costs. However, Dandi Kule also highlighted the need for better logistics and regulatory frameworks in the energy sector, citing the challenges of transporting petroleum products primarily by road.
So the cost of petrol will be determined by the cost of crude oil, the raw material. The main raw material to produce petrol is crude oil. So if the crude oil price is good, like $50 per barrel, the output will be cheap in Nigeria because you have a big refinery that can mass produce the petrol for you. If the cost of petrol, of crude, as the case now between Iran and Israel, if the cost of petrol goes to, of crude goes to $80 or $100, the modulation in the calculation of Dangote refinery because he's buying most of the crude in dollars from abroad. Okay, so the price will also go up a bit. But the stability you are having in this country today is what I have been saying. Supply security is a major thing that determines whether price will go up or not. Then volume availability is another issue. So you remember in the olden days, they will say, oh, don't panic, don't go, don't this. The person telling you don't panic, he is already panicking. Because he does not know whether his vessels that are bringing product will arrive full or half full. People who occupy that gap between petrol import and petrol depot owners and the trucking
retailers,
the trucking end of it, their business has plateaued. So there's a new, the paradigm shift is that they need to regrow their business. They have to go to their inner rooms and rethink. They have to think out of the box of how they are going to now reinvent themselves. They either go and find a way to collaborate with Dangote, the big disruptor who has come to the marketplace, or they go for Chapter 11.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang says his administration will continue to reactivate ministries, departments and agencies for optimal performance. He stated this while inaugurating 16 new metro buses procured for the State Transport Service. Priscilla Gurumnan reports.
The metro buses were procured by the state government in line with President Tinubu's charge to state governments to work towards alleviating the hardship experienced by the people.
To the glory of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Well, about the metro bus, I think it's a welcome idea. And it helps save money, especially for those going far.
It's a very welcome idea. It will ease the suffering of transport, the high cost of transport. It will help the less privileged as well.
For Plateau government, transport sector is one of the critical aspects of the people's life and so will continue to receive the blessings of government. Governor Mutfwang made it clear that the buses were procured with the legitimate earnings of the state government, urging users to be patriotic and cultivate maintenance culture.
We're also looking at how to be able to improve the air services here. We signed an MOU with the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria last week to upgrade the Jos Airport into an international cargo airport.
In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
The federal government has officially kicked off the Mobility CNG Supply Framework, a strategic initiative aimed at promoting the use of compressed natural gas in the transportation sector. The framework, backed by the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, PCNGI, seeks to provide affordable, cleaner fuel alternatives for vehicles nationwide. Lydia Sampson reports.
Though the framework started on the 4th of June this month, the official kickoff is bringing together key players to deepen awareness and encourage more players to take advantage of the evolving investment across the CNG mobility value chain.
The authority chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency approved a concessionary pricing structure for autogas CNG as one of the incentives Mr. President has approved for the auto CNG sector. What we are doing here today is to flag off the implementation of that concessionary pricing framework.
Stakeholders believe involving the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, Gas Aggregator Company Nigeria Limited marks a significant step towards operationalizing the framework and ensuring the lower cost of CNG for mobility is strictly for mobility purposes. Various presentations centered on the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative and its progression so far.
As at date, I'm sure we have about 250 that have the license to establish. We have various ones with the license to construct, and at the last check, I think we have 500 the license to operate. This morning, we counted about 51 active.
Many of the gathering aligns with President Bola Tinubu's commitment to energy transition, economic growth, and climate change mitigation, positioning Nigeria as a leader in a clean transportation in Africa. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return this day.
Happy 50th birthday, Your Excellency. Today, the heart of Kogi beats with gratitude as we honor a remarkable milestone in the life of our father, mentor, and destiny helper, His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Adoza Bello, CON. At 50, your vision still lights our path. Your courage still shields our dreams. Your selfless love still lifts countless homes across our beloved state. From the first brick you laid to the thriving legacy we now nurture, you have shown us, and me in particular, what it means to lead with purpose and to serve with unwavering faith in God. You came and stirred a revolution in the history of our state by shaping the destinies of many with your firm leadership and the development you brought to our dear state. On behalf of my family, the entire GYP team, and the good people of Kogi State, I rejoice with you and pray that the next chapters of your journey overflows with renewed strength, divine favor, and boundless joy. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in us. Happy Golden Jubilee, sir. Signed, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, Governor, Kogi State.
Many thanks for staying on. The Prosecution Counsel Adeboyega Awomolo, SAN, leading the fourth prosecution witness in evidence in the alleged trial of the terrorism acts against the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, tendered a report by the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, on the importation of the transmitter for Radio Biafra before the court. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe reports that NBC report was admitted in evidence.
Concluding the evidence in chief of the fourth prosecution witness, Adeboyega Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, tendered a report by the NBC which identified it as a German-made radio transmitter. The NBC report says no license was issued for any radio station named Radio Biafra in Nigeria. The witness speaking to the report alleged that Kanu was directly involved in the importation of the transmitter through the funds raised from members of IPOB. He also cited a newspaper report dated July 3, 2021, which claimed Kanu ordered the killing of security agents in the southeast. Mr. DDD stated that confessions made during investigation revealed that IPOB operatives were ordered to behead security agents, with some allegedly consuming human flesh for fortification. He said between 170 and 200 security agents were killed in line with Kanu's alleged inciting broadcast. Under cross-examination, the defense counsel Onyechi Ikpeazu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, questioned the credibility and legality of prosecution's evidence. He pointed out that the witness did not sign the investigation report and also had no direct evidence of the transmitter's importation. The defense, in its cross-examination, highlighted that Kanu's broadcast included instructions not to attack churches or mosques and showed no incitement against other ethnic groups, as well as condemned the killing of Ahmed Gulak and promised compensation to all affected persons. The witness, in responding to a question about whether he believed everything reported in the media, replied in affirmative, prompting the defense to cite controversial media claims such as those by Sunday Igboho. The defense concluded by alleging prosecutorial bias and insufficient investigations. The trial is expected to continue Thursday. From the Federal High Court, Austin Anyebe, NTN News.
Connected Development Code, a non-governmental organization now domiciled in 12 other African countries, has presented its 2024 annual report tagged The Year of Active Citizen, with an analysis covering 553 schools and 784 primary health centers across 34 states and 332 local government areas, reaching 520 communities. Tokbe Alabi reports that CODE wants stakeholders and development partners to prioritize effective budget execution and ensuring safe and inclusive learning environment for everyone.